What's up, YouTube Nation, and welcome to D. Holloway's Midlife Takeover, where it's never too late to pursue life on your own terms and your own time because you absolutely deserve it. All right, so let's get into this video. So there's an age-old debate on YouTube about the use of credit. So you have the crowd that says credit is bad, use of credit cards is bad. If you can't pay cash, you can't afford it. And then there's the crowd that obviously were irresponsible with the use of credit and they ended up in debt. And then you have a crowd that has been responsible with the use of their credit and they've actually been able to profit from the use of their credit. What I find so interesting about the people who are part of the don't use credit crowd is that they are so absolute in their feelings about not using credit. I don't know if it's because they failed miserably or they got deep into debt with their use of credit, but they have a very strong feeling about not using credit. I, for one, am a big believer in the use of credit. Why would you do all this work to build up great credit and not use it, or only use it to buy a primary home or a car? Why wouldn't you use your credit to make money and build wealth? That's exactly what I chose to do with my credit. Now, before I go into the details of what I did, check out this quick public service announcement. If you've been thinking about breaking out of the matrix and living life on your own terms and your own time, consider subscribing to my channel, where we're going to share a ton of life lessons, financial lessons, as well as the journey. Also, if you take something of value from this video, please like and share with your family and your friends. Now back to the video. So for the past few years, I've been flipping houses on the side of my full-time day job. And I was able to make an extra $100,000 a year on the side. And I did it all by using my credit. I didn't use my primary income to do any of these flips. Now, I'm not saying run out and do what I did with no education, no experience, because you can really screw yourself up. But my primary point is this, is that you can make money with your credit if you're responsible, despite what the financial experts say. So the first thing I did was I would use my credit card for every expense that I could use it for. And then I would pay it off each month in full. And I still do that to this day. And over time, that credit limit increase went from $10,000 to $65,000. And I would get these 0%, 12-month to 18-month, no interest offers that had a direct deposit feature to it, where I could simply call in or go online and request a direct deposit into my checking account. And for a 2 to 3% one-time fee, my bank would deposit that $65,000 into my checking account if I requested it. So I would have these funds available should a deal come across that I could purchase cash. I did the exact same thing with the second credit card with the same bank, where I requested a credit limit increase and the credit limit went from $10,000 to $40,000, and I would get those same 0%, 12-month to 18-month, no interest offers for that 2 to 3% fee. As a result, I had about $100,000 of cash that I could request and have it directly deposited into my account. So the second thing I did was when I bought my current home, I bought it like a real estate investor. I bought it at a deep discount from someone who needed to get rid of a property, and it fit the needs that I needed at that time. And I went to my bank. I remodeled the house, first of all, and then I went to the bank and got a home equity line of credit with the expectation that I would draw on this line of credit whenever I had a potential deal on the table that I could buy via cash at a deep discount. And I chose the home equity line of credit versus a refinance because I was already locked into a 30-year, 2.75% interest rate. So there was no need for me to screw around with my primary loan. The third thing I did was shop around for lenders for the best rates and the best terms. Not only do they look at your experience in terms of rehabbing houses, they look at your credit. So again, use of my credit was very important. And the lender was important because with the home equity line of credit, as well as the credit card offers, that only gave me about $200,000 worth of cash. And yeah, I could buy a house and remodel it, but I would only be able to do one house at a time. And I wanted to be able to do more. So having that lender gave me the option of putting, 10% down and the lender funding the rest, as well as the rehab. Again, with the lender, I'm not using my personal savings, emergency savings, or anything like that. I'm using the cash from the credit cards or the home equity line of credit to fund the gap between what the lender is funding. So again, I'm using total credit, not my own personal cash, to fund these transactions. So the fourth thing that I did over time, I started adding credit cards, Visa, MasterCard, to my side business. And while these credit cards didn't give me the 0%, 12-month to 18-month offers with the direct deposit features, what they did do was they gave me the ability to purchase materials, pay certain contractors, pay the utilities, insurance on a particular house. And when I got my reimbursement draw from the hard money lender, I would use that to pay off the credit card balance in full. So again, I'm using my credit, I'm using the cash from the credit cards, and I'm using the funding from the lender to do this. None of my own personal cash. As an added bonus to using my business credit cards, I probably make another $5,000 or $6,000 in reward points. Now, some people might think this is wild and crazy, but I think it's wild and crazy that you would work so hard to have good credit and then you wouldn't use it. You just basically sit it on the shelf because some dude on the internet told you that it's a horrible idea and that you're going to lose everything and go bankrupt because you're using credit. There have been instances where I have bought a property, remodeled it, refinanced it, and then held it as a rental. And I've done that multiple times, and I've created over $1 million of equity by doing that with properties that I still hold today. There's also been instances where I bought the property, remodeled it, and sold it and made $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 cash. There's also been instances where I bought the property, cleaned it out, listed it on the MLS, didn't do any remodeling to it, and made $10,000, $15,000, $25,000 cash. And this is all from using the credit cards, the home equity line of credit, and or the hard money lender. Now, I know a lot of people are probably saying, man, you probably pay a lot of interest that's eating into your profits for the use of the credit and the hard money lender and so forth. And that is true. I do pay interest on the money that I'm using. Nothing is for free. But I don't really look at it as if I'm paying the interest payments. I look at it actually as the person that I'm buying the property from is actually making those payments for me, because I factor that into the offer price that I'm giving them. I'm going to factor in 90 days to 120 days of interest payments, and my price that I give to them is going to reflect that. And I have no problem paying the interest as long as I can still come on the other side and make $50,000, $60,000. I could go deeper into this stuff, but I'm gonna stop right here because my primary point is this. Stop listening to these people on social media who talk in all of these absolutes like, don't ever use credit. Don't ever use credit cards. Look, if you're a responsible person and you know what the hell you're doing, there are a lot of things that you could do that other people can't do. For these people who claim that they have all the knowledge of what you should do instead of using your credit, be prepared for two things. One, they're going to tell you to get a side hustle, get an extra job, save up money, pay cash. Or two, they have this excellent course where they're going to teach you all the steps to make all of this money using none of your own money, none of your credit, and of course, do you have a credit card where you can make the payment? Go ahead and drop me a comment and let me know your thoughts about using your credit to actually profit from it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. In the meantime, take care and be safe in these social media streets.